Parshas Vayakel. In Parshas Vayakel, which discusses in great detail the fabulous construction of the Mishkan, exactly mimicking and bringing forward what we did in Truma, except here they did it all and fulfilled Hashem's tzivui to a ultimate level. However, one particular aspect was not done as best as it could. And the Pasuk clearly points that out. It says, V'hanesiim heviu eis avnei hashoham. The Nesiim brought the avnei hashoham for the jewelry which was required for the Kohen Gadol's begadim. The only problem is, if you look carefully, the word Nesiim is missing the yud. It's a chaser. And Rashi brings down on the spot that the Nesiim were punished because they were nisatzlu. The word is that they were lazy. Why? They made a cheshbon and they said, we have everything we need and everybody's bringing so much. Let's wait and see that everybody brings everything and we'll bring whatever is missing. That was a failure on their part because they were over on the mitzvah of Zrizus. So that is brought down in Rashi. Reuven Grozovsky brought down in the Sefer Pnim Meshulchan Gavoya, who was a Rosh Yeshiva in Kamenetz, and in his later years came to America, thank God, safely, and was a very, very prominent Rosh Yeshiva in Yeshiva Torah Vedas, brings down a very interesting ha'ara. And he says, the Nesiim's cheshbon was a very valid cheshbon. It was important, and it was a thoughtful consideration. It wasn't not simply for lack of caring. However, that is not the task, that's not the purpose that was placed upon them and us. I want to give a mashal to break for a second here and to introduce this topic with a mashal. And this is from Rabbi Leibel Lamb in a recent Torah Any Times issue, which I think is very profound and very moving, and I got a lot out of it. And I'll just read it as it says it here. I didn't catch all of the heartwarming drama in shul on Friday night, but my son filled me in later. It seems there was a young man with Down syndrome who desperately wanted to lead the tzibur in Kabbalah Shabbos, but he wasn't really capable of doing so on his own. So what did they do? They put on a talis on him. They had him stand next to the chazan, who guided him through all the davening, singing alongside of him the entire time. When the service was over, everyone gathered around him to give him a shkayach, to thank him, to make him feel like he had done something extraordinary. And he did. He felt amazing. My son later turned to me and said, Abba, that's exactly how it is with us. Hashem does everything. And yet, even our small participation is enough to create the appearance that we accomplished something ourselves. Think about that. What is a person's tafkid in this world? It's not to fix the world. It doesn't have to fill into the world what's missing to it. Kadosh Baruch Hu has the ability to do all of that. His tafkid and his fulfilling is himself. Ki emes atzmai. When a person corrects and perfects himself, that is his number one priority. That is his tafkid, that is his job. And the number one way of doing that is zrizus. Mitzvah habol yodai, liyotcha, al tachmit sena. If a mitzvah comes your way, don't let it get old, don't let it become chametz. Bnei Yisrael, here's the punchline here, which I thought was quite profound, and I learned something from it. When Bnei Yisrael were mitzvah to bring the Trumas of the Mishkan and Trumas HaMikdash, the binyan was not the purpose of it. That was not the reason Hashem said it to do it. Hashem gave them the opportunity to help fix themselves, to give of themselves. HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not need anybody's help to build a Mishkan. This was the method through which each and every person in Klal Yisrael was given the ability to be Mesakeh himself. And we have to remember something. This is after the Cheto Egel. Since the Nesiim were slow, they were nichshal in this aspect of doing a mitzvah in its best possible way. What is fascinating to see how this applies lahalacha, he quotes a Tosfos in Masechta Shavuos, which says, lahalacha, if someone has the opportunity to do a mitzvah, which, if by fulfilling that mitzvah, he's over on mitzvahs lo yisaseh, since we have that principle of aseh is doich lo yisaseh, it is asur, Tosfos says, it is asur to wait until he can do the mitzvah without being over on the aseh, in other words, doing it perfectly. Rather, it is preferred to do the mitzvah with zrizus, even if you have to depend on the principle of asay doichalos asay. I asked Rabbi Olbaum this shaila, and he heard me out. Here's a practical application of this principle. Somebody has a pair of tzitzis, which he found out is shatnez. He wants to get another pair of tzitzis, but he's not going to get the new one either until an hour from now or a day from now. It'll be sometime in the future. Is it better for him to wait to get the tzitzis, which is not shatnez, which is 100% kosher, has not being over any los asay, or is it better for him to be mekayin the mitzvah of tzitzis of the asay, even if he's being over on the los asay of shatnez? Rabbi Olbaum said it's clear from this Tosfos that it's better for him to take the mitzvah now with the shatnez, depend on asay is doicha los asay, and do the mitzvah with zrizos. That is the best way to do it. That I thought is a phenomenal chidush, something which is quite interesting, and just shows you the value and the importance of the principle of zrizos. I think we can all learn something from that. Hope we don't have that problem. Hope all of our tzitzis are not shatnez. But meanwhile, that is what Tosfos says. You can look it up. Tosfos in Shavuos, Daf Gimel, Amud Aleph. Divrei HaMaschil, V'al HaZoken Shetayim Mikan. Okay? Mitzvah Hashem, we should be zoichet to do only mitzvahs the best possible way, and do Ritzayin Hashem in our greatest and best fulfillment. Good Shabbos.